up, YouTube, and welcome back to the We Are Investing channel, a channel that is dedicated in investing and personal finance. On this video, we're going to go over a very cool company, and that company is Nikola Motor Company. On this video, we're going to touch on three topics for Nikola, and that is how are they entering the stock market with a quick overview of the current share price. Then we'll get into what products they offer and what products they sell. And then lastly, we'll get into their business plan and what makes this company very interesting. And then at the end of the video, we'll do a conclusion of a quick summary of the stock, go over some of the pros and cons, and what kind of investor should or would invest in this kind of company. Now, there is a ton of information to go over. This is a pretty new company. There's not many videos out on YouTube, so I had to do a lot of research. And to be quite honest with you, since this is such a new company, there's not a lot to go off of. But with that being said, I spent a lot of time trying to dig up facts for you guys, present you guys with good information. So if you can consider hitting that subscribe button, ringing that bell, smashing that like button, and adding a comment below, it would really go a long way, and I really do appreciate it. And also, I am not a professional advisor, so you have to do your own research and due diligence before investing or trading in any given stock. But with all that being said, to try to stay under 15 minutes, let's jump right into Nikola Motor Company and how they're trading on the stock market. Alright, so Nikola Motor Company is currently in the process of a merger with a SPAC. A SPAC is short for a Special Purpose Acquisition Corporation, and that SPAC is VTIQ. Now, according to a tweet that was sent out this week by Nikola Motor Company, there's great news and progress on the Nikola Motor ticker symbol NKLA and VTIQ merger. We anticipate the merger being completed in the first 2 weeks of June. So what that means is that most likely in the first 2 weeks of June, you'll see the ticker symbol for VTIQ change over to Nikola Motors, ticker symbol NKLA. But for all intents and purposes, ticker symbol VTIQ is Nikola Motor Company. This is the same process that DraftKings did when they went through their SPAC to become an IPO. Now, if we head over onto the Webull platform and actually look at this stock, which if you aren't a member of Webull and are looking for a new brokerage or want to test out a great platform, consider hitting those links in the video description. That will get you 2 free stocks worth up to $1,400 on the Webull platform. Now, a Nikola Motors Company, ticker symbol VTIQ for the time being, is currently trading at $16.51. In the last 3 months, this stock has increased by 59.06%. And just yesterday, Friday, May 8th, the stock increased 11.18%, which equates to a total increase of $1.66 per share. Now, this is very similar to almost every other IPO out there. We don't have data to go back far enough to really identify levels of support and resistance. So if you're that kind of investor that likes to identify those levels before entering into any given stock, you might want to wait for this IPO to settle down a little bit. But you have to know that there might be a chance that this thing goes up a ton before it drops a little bit. Or it might drop a lot soon. We don't know. Those are the risks with investing in IPOs. Now, this company is very unique because they're very early in becoming publicly traded. Typically, a company will go through the VC phases, very similar to Shark Tank, where they'll pitch an idea to an investor, and an investor will give them money to help them grow. Well, we're essentially skipping that step, and we're heading right into the public markets. So we, the investors in the stock market, are acting as the VCs for this company. Because you're getting in on the stock so early, there's a lot of risk involved, but the potential for a greater reward is much higher. So we have to approach this stock like a VC would. We have to act like a venture capitalist. Do we believe in this company's product and business model and management for long-term growth? Do we think it's a viable model and it's something that's going to work and has great potential to exponentially grow its market cap? And that is how we are going to transition into the second part of this company, and that is its products. What products does Nikola Motor Company offer to the public? And those products include semi-trucks, big rigs, pickup trucks, quads, jet skis, and hydrogen fueling stations. For instance, when you look at this video, this is the Nikola 1 semi-truck that is marketed for the United States of America. And it's got pretty good lines. It looks pretty badass in my opinion, and it looks like a good truck. Now this truck runs on electric and hydrogen, and we will get more into that topic when we talk about the business model for this company. And on this video, you're looking at a short clip provided by Nikola Motor Company. On this clip, you're looking at their all-electric UTV, which goes by the name of NZT. Nikola also includes an all-electric jet ski as you see in this video. This video again is also provided by the Nikola Motor Company. And the product that's caught a lot of people's attention is the Nikola Badger, which is their electric hydrogen pickup truck. Now this truck is still in concept phases, but they are working with a huge influencer in the trucking world, and that influencer is the Diesel Brothers star Heavy D Sparks. D Sparks is going to work with Nikola Motor Company in the design of this truck, and with having D Sparks included in the conversations and the design, I truly believe that this truck is going to look far better than that Cybertruck that Tesla is producing. And then the last product is their hydrogen fueling station. Now this product isn't as popular, but it should be the most popular product in my personal opinion, because this product weighs the most heavy on this company's business model. And with that being said, let's transition into the third topic of this video, and that is the business model, the business plan for Nikola Motor Company. Okay, so from the surface, this company looks like a company that makes eco-friendly vehicles, trucks, pickup trucks, utility vehicles, and then provides hydrogen fueling stations to fuel some of their products. But according to Trevor Milton, who is the CEO of Nikola Motor Company, this company is not a car company, and it's an energy tech company. Keyword energy and then tech. Trevor Milton wants to be the leading provider in hydrogen throughout the country and potentially throughout the world. He plans to do this by creating a huge hydrogen infrastructure. Over 700 hydrogen fueling stations in the United States. Now, to create 700 hydrogen fueling stations, that requires a lot of capital. And Trevor Milton actually came up with a good business model to get that capital. And this is what we like to call the chicken and egg concept. It's very similar to Amazon. What that means is he's creating a product that offsets the risk and helps fund the other product. If you look at Amazon, Amazon is not in the business of making products. They're more in the business of logistics. Now the same can be said for Nikola. While they do make trucks, these trucks are going to be used to help fund their fueling stations. And then down the road, these trucks will provide income for the fueling stations. Now, the way that Nikola Motor Company and Trevor Milton are going about this is quite a smart idea in my personal opinion. When they sell these trucks, for instance, they have an $800 million order from Anheuser-Busch. With that order, they will provide Anheuser-Busch with some big trucks. But included in that is a leasing plan where it's about $1 a mile for the life of the truck, which is about 1,000,000 miles. So for each truck, Trevor Milton and Nikola Motor Company will get $1 million from that truck. They will then identify a route with Anheuser-Busch and use that $1 million per truck to place hydrogen fueling stations along that route. And because of that lease, that truck will then fuel up at Nikola's hydrogen fueling stations for the life of the truck. So that way Nikola Motor Company is getting money from producing their trucks that they can then allocate to these hydrogen fueling stations, which in the long run, if hydrogen is their pure play for big trucks and maybe even rail and aviation and stuff that requires a lot of payload and a lot of energy, then Nikola Motor Company will be the leading provider in hydrogen. And that is where the business can really take off. And for that reason, Trevor Milton and Nikola Motor Company want other companies to produce as much hydrogen vehicles as they can, because the more hydrogen vehicles there are out on the market, the more they're going to need fuel. And if Nikola Motor Company is the leader in providing hydrogen, then their money will increase with the increase of hydrogen vehicles. Now, unlike Tesla, which is very vertically integrated, Tesla makes almost all of their components for their vehicles. Nikola Motor Company does not. They are a new company. They don't have that kind of capital to expend on all that intellectual property and make their trucks and all their products from head to toe. So with that being said, they sub out a lot of their work, and there's a lot of companies that have partnered with Nikola Motor Company. So they're sharing that IP together. The IP stands for intellectual property. So that could be a good or a bad thing. Tesla is going to make a lot more money off of their products because they're making everything in-house, and Nikola Motor Company is not. So they might sell these trucks for X amount of dollars. They're probably only going to make a portion of that. But the key thing here is that Nikola Motor Company is not really interested in the sale of their truck. They're using that sale of the truck to fund the hydrogen stations. And if hydrogen becomes a big thing and they are the leader in hydrogen fueling stations, yet again I say that will be a huge business for Nikola Motor Company. Alright, so that kind of wraps up the background knowledge of this company. And now let's take that all together, combine it, right? Then look at it as a whole picture and determine whether or not we want to invest in this stock. Now, I am not a professional advisor, so you have to do your own research, and I'm only speaking from my point of view, which might be right, and it also could be wrong. But when I look at Nikola Motor Company, right, I have everything here together, and I look at it. I have to look at it through the lens of a VC, and it comes down to the business plan and the products that they provide. Now, I do like their products. I think they are pretty good. And I do like the business plan. I think it's a very smart way to fund your company to become one of the leading providers in hydrogen energy. The key word here is hydrogen, because hydrogen needs to succeed if Nikola Motor Company really wants to take off. They're using all of their revenue, all of the money that's coming in to fund their hydrogen fueling stations. And if hydrogen does not boom, then this company is going to be a huge bust. So in my personal opinion, in order to invest in this company long term through the lens of a VC, you have to believe in hydrogen long term. And you have to believe that trucking companies are going to choose hydrogen over battery. Because if battery wins, then Tesla wins. If hydrogen wins, then Nikola wins. And based on the current technology we have for batteries, we don't really have the technology available to haul a large payload over 300 miles. So as of today, hydrogen would be the better play. But this is a long-term play. Do you believe that batteries will evolve over time and we will eventually get to a point where it's efficient to haul something more than 300 miles with batteries? Because batteries are the more eco-friendly situation. With hydrogen, you take it from water or you can take it from an energy plant. But there's a lot of processes involved with hydrogen. One, you have to take the oxygen away from the water. That requires energy. Then you have to pressurize that gas, and that requires energy. And then when you enter the hydrogen into the fuel cell, that also loses some of its energy. So if you have about 100 units of energy, you might only get 65, 70 units from hydrogen, where the efficiency is much higher for electric batteries. Now, I don't know enough about hydrogen versus electric to really say whether I believe in one or the other long term. My gut instinct tells me that electric batteries are going to be the winner in the long term. I think that we are evolving that technology, and we will get to a point where we are efficient enough with our batteries that we can haul over 300 miles and be more efficient than hydrogen. But again, I am not an expert on this topic, and it's something that I am going to have to do more research on, and I would recommend you to do more research on that topic as well. So for that reason, I would be very weary of investing in Nikola Motor Company, because